Okay, so these are the people listening to my speech today. We have Paige and Timothy and Tara, Austin, and then on FaceTime we have Mandy and Amanda. Today I wanted to teach you guys a little bit about how to golf. You don't have to be a pro golfer or anything, it's just a quick demonstration about the basics of how to get started with golfing. So it's a little bit more advanced than miniature golf, but not quite super advanced. So the first thing you guys need to know is about your clubs and which ones to use for what. So the first one we have is the putter. The putter is used on the greens. It's just to, put it in when you're super close. A lot of you have used it for miniature golf, and it's the little easy one that everyone's pretty familiar with. The next one is a 6-iron. I like practice hitting with this one a lot. I'm really good at it. So I really like 6-irons. You can't really drive them for a long distance, but if you're on the fairway and halfway to the green, you can use 6-irons. So this is the one I'll do the main demonstration with on how to actually do your golf swing. The next one is your driver. This club is the hardest club to hit with. It's the biggest head that you've got on your club, and it's angled a little bit differently, but it's the one that'll get you the farthest drive and make the ball go the farthest. But like I said, it's also the hardest one to hit accurately, and you have to adjust a lot to use a driver. This is your 5-wood. This one is a lot easier to use, so I use this one when I want to do a long range shot. You still get the distance and the drive, it won't go quite as far, but it's a lot easier to handle, so that's why a lot of people like the 5-woods better than the drivers. Okay, so now that you know about the golf clubs, we're going to get the 6-iron. I'm going to show you how to hold it so that way you guys know the proper way. Okay, so first make 2 thumbs up. After you do that, take your left hand if you're a right-handed golfer, and you're going to put it at the top. Your thumb should point down. Then you're going to take your other thumb up and place your palm on the side and wrap it around. So your 2 thumbs up should be right on top of each other.
What do you do if you're left-handed?
If you're left-handed, you just reverse it. You'll go on this side, and your club will be the face of it. This part will be facing this side. And then you'll put your left hand down here and your right hand on top. So you just do the same thing in reverse. So, but since I'm right-handed, I'll be on this side. Okay, so after you've got your thumbs, then just hold it straight out in front of you, arms straight. Then I want you to bend until it's almost all the way touching the ground. When you get to there, separate your feet apart to where they're about shoulder width, and then bend your legs to get you the rest of the way down and kind of bend over a little bit. So you have this so that way you can swivel whenever you hit the ball, and then you can go back. Okay, so after you get to here, the next thing I want you to do is the practice swing. So the practice swing, you don't actually have to go all the way back like you see golfers do in the pictures. Just to get started, I want you to break it down into steps. So the first step you're going to do is you want to keep your left arm, if you're right-handed and you're using this side, keep your left arm straight. It'll be the same if you're left-handed, it'll just be reversed. Okay, then your right hand is your right arm is the one that's going to bend. So when you bring it up, your right arm should be bended and your left arm should still be straight. You need it to be straight all the way through up until you bring the club back. So when you do it, you're going to go down, make sure your thumbs are on top, bend your knees, and go back. So you can swivel this leg, you don't have to put weight on it, and then when it gets to here, I want you to check it and make sure it's at this angle. So that way when you come back down and go through, it'll hit the ball and go up, because the goal is to get this face of the club to hit the ball. The next mistake a lot of people do is they aim to hit the ball. If you aim to hit the ball, then you're probably going to go over it, and that's why a lot of people miss it and swing over. If you aim to hit the ground, then you're actually going to scoop up the ball and hit the ball. So until you get used to it, aim for the ground, and if you hit the ground, it's okay, it happens. So when you do it, go back, check it, and then follow through, trying to hit the ground before you hit the ball, just on practice swings, and then come up and follow through. When you come up and follow through, you're going to swivel your right leg, and that way you have the proper back and through. And so that way you can face this way and see where it goes. Because up until then, you're looking at the ball the whole time to make sure you hit the ball. So back and through. Right here, you're still looking at the ball. And then as you hit it and it goes up, you'll swing through this way. So that's how you hit the ball. And that's pretty much the basics of how to get started with golfing. It's kind of complicated at first, and there's a lot of things that can tweak it. If you don't keep this arm straight, it can go a different way. If you hit it with your face of your club, like if you don't keep it here and you twist it or something, then you're obviously not going to hit it. It's going to go like right here, and that's obviously not right. So that's different ways, and you just have to kind of tweak it and learn how to hit it based on you. But like I said, as long as you turn and check it as you go up and go through and keep this arm straight, you'll pretty much have the basics of how to get a good golf swing.
So do you swing different clubs different ways, or?
You kind of swing them different. Like, let's say you want to use a driver. A driver, you're actually going to just move your feet to a different spot. Instead of having the ball in between your feet and lined up, you're going to move a little bit to where your foot is lined up with it, the point of your foot. And so that way, when you skew back, also your drivers are longer, so you might have to skew back a little bit more. You kind of want to at your belly button, like I said, when you hold it out, and then bend over. And then when it gets to the ground, bend and set it down, because you don't want to be too close. And then you can kind of adjust a little bit when you get there. And then your arm goes back straight, and then follow through. So the arm part stays the same, but where your actual feet are in relevance to the ball is what changes. And also the face of the club changes, so how you hit it with the face will be a little bit different. So when you go up to that spot to check it, that's what you make sure this part is lined up to hit the ball. So, and then if you're going to use a putter, pretty much everybody knows how to use a putter, but just in case, this is what the putter looks like. You can get really close. You still kind of want to have the ball in between your 2 feet, and then from where the pole stops, that's where you want this half to hit the ball. So you're going to take it, and then you don't have to leave this arm straight or anything. You still want to do the same basic hand grip, and then just tap it. So that's how you use all the different clubs, and that's how the basic ways to hit a golf ball. Thank you guys.